sitting here with my very good friend and entrepreneur Ross Gassman, and we're going to be talking a little bit about his company Pinhire. So, Ross, tell me about Pinhire. When did you found it? Who did you found it with? What is it? Tell me all about it.
So Pinhire started with me and my friend Zach Polito, an entrepreneurship class.
Here at Florida State, right?
Here at Florida State, the entrepreneurship program. We had to create a small business that could be whatever, and we decided we wanted to do an app. So we came up with this app, this job hiring app. It simplifies the job search, makes finding a job easier. We use geolocation, so you could be sitting on your couch, you could go on Pinhire, and everywhere around you that has a pin, a green pin, are places that are hiring. So you can literally apply straight from your phone with your resume.
And how did you guys go about going to the businesses? First of all, what kind of businesses are you guys targeting Pinhire? Like, who are you going after? Like, who are going to have the green pins?
So first we're going to go around Tallahassee and find, we're going to go store to stores to like the Chipotle's, Apropo, basically all the stores that do part-time jobs for college students. We're going to target them first, see if they want to get on board. Obviously, it would be free at first. So yeah, we're going to go there. Basically, college kid jobs, like not full-time, obviously.
Yeah, and then so these kids can put their resume, if they let's say a green pin pops up at Chipotle, because I love Chipotle, and so these kids can see a green pin and they can instantaneously apply for a job at Chipotle.
So basically, when you first get on the app, you can upload a resume, and once you upload that resume, it automatically fills in your profile.
Yeah.
So then when you see a Chipotle pin, you'll click the pin. It'll have the whole job description, what jobs are available, and you click what job you want, and it'll either say save for later or apply. Once you click apply, it shoots your resume right to the manager, the hiring manager.
So in this class we've talked a lot about what would propel someone to start a business, what would propel someone to be an entrepreneur. So was there any event maybe in your life or in Zach's life that made you guys say, finding a job is way too complicated, we have to make this, we have to simplify this? Is there anything that you guys personally took and something that helped you make this app?
I mean, luckily Zach bartends and I DJ, which is kind of entrepreneurial in a sense, but really my brother, like in high school, he kind of got in trouble, a little bit of trouble, my little brother, so my parents made him go find a job, and he was just countless hours searching around, going to stores, like looking for the little now hiring sign, and so we saw this website called Zazzle in class. Was it Zazzle? Zillow, sorry. And it's basically a real estate site where you can see what homes around you are available for rent and that stuff. So basically we took that concept and put it into this. There's a few apps like it, but there's nothing really where we're targeting strictly high school, college students, part-time jobs, and no one uses a map, which is good. So.
And so, since this is your first entrepreneurial venture rather, what would you say has been like the hardest thing that maybe you weren't prepared for going in? Like, what's been the toughest part about really launching this and getting this off the ground?
So like starting an app, like we had no experience ever doing this. Yeah. So I mean, we've been searching. The hardest part still right now is creating a team, which consists of me, Zach, and we're looking for a developer. So finding developers are very hard.
App developers?
An app developer, yeah. So we met with a company in Tallahassee, which helped us get a little bit off the ground, where we created a wireframe, which is basically the functionality of the app, not the design really. But we didn't really want to work with them per se, and their price was very high.
So you would say that finding the right brain trust, right?
Yeah.
Finding the right brain trust around you.
Yeah, so we had to decide whether we want to pay someone to do the app or we want to bring them in on the team, give them a share of equity.
Take it from there. And then, so of all this process, how long have you guys been doing this for a while? You've been working on this app.
Yeah, we started as sophomore year. It's been like a year and a half.
Really?
Yeah.
And what has been like the most rewarding part about it?
Most rewarding. I'd have to say, like, we've gotten this far and haven't given up. Like, and we're still friends and business partners. But yeah, I mean, we've heard from countless people that this app could be very successful. Our long-term goal is hopefully some other company would buy it, maybe like a LinkedIn or someone. But yeah, that's what we're aiming for.
And part of the reason I wanted to interview either you or Zach was because I know a lot of, my uncle is into entrepreneurship and he has a lot of businesses that he's seen grow. But I find that, we're right now, being 20 years old, I find it much easier for the sake of this assignment, for the sake of the class. I could much more easily relate to the struggles, the things that you guys have had to do, the hardships that you guys have had to do. So that is usually the biggest hump in getting over it and making it a successful venture. And so in the future, what do you guys think, what do you guys want to really improve on, and what do you want to do to maybe scale your business out?
Yeah, I mean, right now the challenge for us is we're in school, obviously, so that takes priority and takes up a lot of our time. And this, if we actually wanted to go somewhere, it has to be a full-time job, like every day, whatever hours a day. But
is it hard working? I know you guys have put a lot of time into this. Is it hard having to put so much time into this? This is like your brainchild. And is it hard having to do so much work for it and not seeing any profit, not for a little bit? Is that tough?
I mean, it is tough, but it's not that tough in the sense that we haven't spent any money. We've only spent time, which is obviously is still useful.
Yeah.
But no, we've done a lot from where we started. But usually when we get breaks in like the winter, spring is really where we like buckle down and really work on it. So as long as we keep chipping away, as long as no one else comes up with the idea within the time.
Are you guys working on getting like a patent or a trademark?
Yeah, so we got to trademark the name, the logo. The patent is kind of hard because you can't really patent an idea. It's technically still an idea. Until we get the full wireframe, like the beta version of the app, basically. But that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get develop the app to the beta version, get the patent, and then we'll from there,
try to take it to market. And so what's your time frame to take this to market? What's your goal? What do you want to...
Hopefully within the next year. 6 months, hopefully we'll have a beta version, and depending on the developer we find. But yeah, hopefully a year.
And then so from there, a year, you guys plan to take it to market. And do you have any idea of like maybe how you want to scale it? Obviously we're in Tallahassee. You have the Tallahassee FSU community, but we live in a state with a lot of colleges. We have Central Florida, Gainesville, University of Miami. We're both from Miami. We have a lot of connections there. So have you thought about maybe once you can really get this going, if there are any other markets where you guys would want to take this?
Yeah, I mean, first off, we would start it here. We would see it's basically a test market. Because this is actually a very good place to test. There's a lot of different people. So if it ended up working here the way we want it to work, we'll obviously just bring it down to Florida, UCF, Miami. So once we get it at a few schools, we know it's actually like legit. People actually use it. Then we'll start looking for revenue. Then we'll start looking for profit. But right when we launch, we're definitely just trying to get users on board. Not really trying to scare away people by charging them.
So last question, if there's anything you could tell someone maybe who's a year younger than you, 2 years younger than you, or even younger than that, if they're starting a business in something that they're passionate about, something that they really think they can do, what would be your advice, being someone who's recently had to go through the toughest stages of building a business?
Yeah, honestly, the toughest part is staying with it. There's going to be more hard times than not hard times. So you gotta be mentally prepared for what's gonna come. Get advice, get people to help you. You're not gonna do it by yourself, and just stick with it.
All right.
See the end product and keep going.
All right. Thank you for your time. That's gonna do it from here. Till next time. This is Alex and Ross.
Nice to meet you.